All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty of the schedule. Buckeyes open the season this weekend at home against the Akron Zips. Should be a big victory. Um, I believe they're 50.5 point favorites. So, seven touchdowns and a 2 point conversion um, are hopefully going to get the job done versus the Akron Zips. Then you got Western Michigan and Marshall. All the first three games in the shoe this year. You have Michigan State first road game. You come back for Iowa, a big one at Oregon, a, a home game versus Nebraska, which Nebraska could very easily be 7-0 coming into that game. You're at Penn State, which is another huge one. Home for Purdue, at Wrigley Field in Northwestern this year. They're rebuilding their stadium out there. Home for Indiana, and then home for Michigan. So we know what looms at the end of the season, but this is an Ohio State team. You really circle the three big games on the schedule: home for Michigan, at Oregon, and at Penn State. Is Iowa going to be tough? Probably. Is Nebraska going to be tough? Maybe. Uh, but, you know, assuming Ohio State takes care of business in 9 of their 12 games, you look at those other three games and say those are the games that are definitely circled on the calendar for all Ohio State fans and players and alumni and whatever you want to say. That those are the games that are going to make or break this season. And of course, the game that looms large, I mentioned already, the Ohio State Michigan game. Ohio State's got to take care of business in that game, and they just have to. If you ask me, Ohio State's going to lose one game this season in the regular season. I would say that game would be at Oregon, based on right now looking at the lines. I believe it's almost a pick 'em. I think it was Ohio State was a 1 point underdog as of today, but again, a lot can change in 6 weeks or so before. But this game looms towards the end of the season, November 30th in Columbus. No Jim Harbaugh, no Connor Stallions, no off the field drama. Just go out, be the better team that day, and that's what it comes down to. So my opening day prediction right now: Akron, number 2 Ohio State, 3:30 CBS. Ohio State, as I mentioned earlier, 50.5 point favorites, with the total only being 58.5. So Vegas sees this kind of being a 51-7 type game for Ohio State, or 54. So, it could be 54-3, whatever it might be. So my prediction: I'm going over. I think Ryan Day and the offense are going to do whatever they can to probably get some of those big name guys off the field. But when they have a chance to get Devin Brown or Julian Sayin or some of these other guys some work on offense, especially guys like Jaden Ballard, Brandon Innes, maybe you put Carnell Tate as your one out there, because he might very well be your one or your two next year. I think they're going to throw the ball a little bit, but their running game is going to be very, very good. And the defense, I gave Akron a touchdown, but I don't think they're going to. I don't know. I'm giving them a touchdown because they're from the 330. We respect the Akron Zips, but I don't think I don't think they're going to see the end zone. But I'm going to say 63-7. Ohio State gets the cover, and the over hits here comfortably. So that's my prediction. We'll see what happens on Saturday. But either way, it should be a very comfortable win for the Buckeyes.